Emerson gonna clear Mayato. Not gonna go low. He's gonna try and fake the 48. Travato, the inside lane. Mayato now up half a groove. The second position looks for his first race win. Oh, hard contact. Mayato up in the air, up on the hood, on top of the Geico. All over his back bumper. Gonna have to be very tactical with his moves. Oh, and hard under braking. Travato nearly locked it up there. St. Fair line out of turn number 1. Here comes Chris Samar, Kevin Cornelius. They're gonna make a charge in the third lane. Is it too little, too late? Are they gonna have the run out of turn number 4? Mark Emerson down low. They're all gonna run his fair clock in the lead right now. Here comes Nick Gardner. Hello and welcome to the Below the Double Yellow Cup Series live tonight from Chicagoland Speedway for the Martin Sports 200 Chase race number 4, race 16 of 20 this season. I'm joined up here in the booth with Alec Martinez. Alec, good to see you. What are you expecting out here tonight in the Windy City?
Thank you for having me again. My bad. I just got back from talking to the drivers, and let me tell you, we are going to be expecting to show these drivers today. They are having the same troubles they had at the old Michigan Speedway back, and I think that was the playoff cutoff or a regular season cutoff race. And we're having these same problems going into turn 3 here at the Chicagoland Speedway. Cars getting upset, getting pretty loose, hitting these bumps. We know with these next-gen cars, they're a little more sensitive and more rigid than the Gen 6 cars, and these guys are going to have their hands full tonight. And that means we're going to be in for a show for all us viewers watching. So I'm looking forward to it. Playoffs, points, it's going to be important. Last year, Chicago put on a heck of a show, even with the 550 package, and I expect this race to be none different.
Yeah, expecting a lot of great racing action here. 135 laps, 202.5 miles for these drivers to cover here tonight. And practice coming to a close. Ben Bafford, the quickest so far. He was the winner last week. Played spoiler to these Chase drivers. Keith Mayato, Seth Hatchell, Chris Smart, Ryan Gemmel, the top 5 fastest behind him. Let's take a look at the points coming into tonight's race. Like you said, it's going to be very important to get some good points here tonight. Zach Carr enters the race with still a pretty good margin over Seth Hatchell, who finds himself second in points. AJ Stravato able to claw a little bit more back towards the top. He's going to be third coming into tonight's event. Keith Mayato, Angelo Ronis, Eric Hutton up there in the top 6 as well. Those drivers pretty much the only ones in contention. Everybody else pretty far back. It's going to take quite a lot of errors and mistakes, maybe some missed races for anyone from 7th on back in points to have any chance at a championship this season. But man, those big 3 still up there on top of the standings.
Yeah, I mean, they're still up there, and they're showing the reason why they're the big 3. And but I tell you, everybody in this field is hoping Zach Carr does not have a good race tonight. He's opened up a solid points lead, and we're again at a 1.5 miles, a cookie cutter 1.5 miles, as they say. And the last one we were at was at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and he was able to get the deal done in dominating fashion, leading over 100 and something laps, I believe, over 110. So Zach Carr is definitely the favorite going into this race, and we thought he was going to be the favorite going into Watkins Glen last week. And he made some uncharacteristic mistakes that we don't normally see Zach Carr make on these road courses. But it's different with this new next-gen car, and we see these guys struggling week in and week out driving these cars, and it's always a great thing, you know, for us as viewers. So I'm looking forward to another new track that these cars are tackling with these drivers. So I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, what happens in this race, and I think the viewers they're going to be in for a show tonight.
Yeah, I think so as well. As across the stripe, Keith Mayato goes to the top of the charts for the moment with a 30.888. Zach Carr second, Samard third, Faircloth fourth. Kevin McGarvey drops down to 6th as Hatchell jumps up to 2nd, Hutton to 3rd. I think lap 2 might be a little bit quicker. We'll have to wait and see as Samard working out of turn number 4 right now. If he can improve his lap time up by that outside wall, down onto the apron across the stripe. He will go with a 31.04. Still not good enough to get the pole. His teammate across the stripe there does not improve. Runs exactly the same lap time. So that'll put him atop the charts. Zach Carr not able to beat that lap. He's 2nd right now. So Chase drivers right now making up the top 6 positions. Kevin McGarvey, the only other driver to take a time, finds himself 7th behind all of them. As Gemmel on the racetrack, he needs some good momentum. Maybe a victory would cheer him up here tonight.
Well, yeah, definitely. A win solves a lot of problems, I can tell you that. So I think going back to Vegas again, I believe Keith Maotter did sit on the pole, if I'm not mistaken. So Keith's shown that he's got great qualifying pace on these mile and a half. So that's always good. I mean, you got to have that clean air, as they've been saying. And we know with this next-gen car, still has a little dirty air. And clean air is what you want on the front of that. To have a clear windshield out in front of you. You just got to hold off the dogs that are behind you.
Indeed, as Gemmel lap 1 up on the charts, he goes with a 31.50. Not going to be a great first lap, but maybe saving his stuff for lap number 2. Working out of turn 4 up towards that wall, just stays off of it. Across the stripe now, he'll improve his lap time to 31.06. That's not a bad time at all. That'll jump him to 6th.
Sorry.
But how about AJ Stravato out here just on his first lap right now? AJ's struggled in qualifying. Going to be important for him to get a good start up here and have an opportunity to lead some laps.
And AJ, I was just talking to him, feeling a little under the weather tonight. So, you know, going to be interested to see how his performance is going. I know racing sick before, it's not the greatest feeling in the world, but it's not the, you know, at least you're not racing in a real race car, because I'm going to tell you, racing sick probably in a hot cockpit is probably not that fun. So, you know, but he's here having fun and trying to close in some points on Zach car. And I think a big thing that we're looking forward to in this race, you can see these guys using that bottom lane in 3 and 4. Chicagoland is known for being you can see it's a worn out surface. You can see the different lines and seams where the rubber goes. I'm going to expect in turn 1 and 2 we are going to see guys all up on the outside wall all the way down to the bottom as this race goes on. 3 and 4 I could see it maybe being 2-lane for sure. Going to be a lot of guys on the bottom. Could see that middle or that 3rd lane come in. The wall's really hard to come in here in 3 and 4, but I do see a lot of I think we're going to see a lot of multi-groove racing here tonight.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's exactly what we're going to see as Stravato goes to 2nd on the charts. Great lap time from him. I don't think anybody else is going to be able to get a lap in, so 13 drivers take a time. Everybody else waiting to start from the back of the field. Yeah, 2nd for AJ. That's a good qualifying effort for by his standards this season. He'll be happy with that. As we tick over the 5-minute mark, they'll go to the drivers' meeting, and we will go to a couple quick commercials and be right back with the starting grid.
Welcome to VSPEED, your home for sim racing excitement, providing dramatic moments from iRacing and beyond. We offer broadcasting for leagues across iRacing with specialized packages to help grow your league and advertise your sponsors.
Shot at it, I think, and right now Stravato with that advantage. It's half a car length the difference between 1st and 2nd going into turn 1. He gives the bumper to Connor Horn.
These two have gone all year to get to this point. Jacob Shorba drifting up the racetrack. They make contact. The 88 goes around. The 95 goes around. The 12 caught in it.
Our design team can help you create anything from paint schemes to sim rig parts with expertise in both 2D and 3D design with 3D printing capabilities. Looking to get into broadcasting yourself? We can help you design and operate custom overlays to make your stream look as professional as possible. Our team can create and manage custom merchandise sales for you and your team. Check out our shop to see what we have in stock and how we can create some awesome merch for you. Check out our race replays on YouTube or catch us live weekly on Twitch. Visit us at vspeedsim.com to see how we can help you on your iRacing journey.
Coming up to the line, being chased, and it was Braden Johnson. Unbelievable finish. It was 1/1000th of a second between them.
Green flag in the air. We are racing in the 2020 24 Hours of Daytona.
They go door to door for the feature race lead here on the last lap of the race. Side by side for the race lead in the final corner at Homestead.
Down the back straightaway, 3 wide again for the race lead. This is unbelievable stuff here tonight.
Loma is going to have to be very deep on the brakes, and he is very deep on the brakes. It's side by side through the corner. This is for the win.
It'll be side by side. Davies low, Ottinger high. To the very inside is Garrett low. 4 wide at the stripe. For Audie's win here on this outside line. Neck and neck. Who's going to back out? Does anyone back out? Verstappen starts to squeeze on the inside. Now he'll try and straight line it. Goes under the apron. Drag race to the line. It's so close to call.
Back at the racetrack now, going to be going through our starting grid here tonight from Chicagoland for the Martin Sports 200. Rolling off from the front row, it's going to be Keith Mayato. Alongside him is championship rival AJ Stravato. Rolling off from row number 2, it's going to be Zach Carr starting in 3rd, Eric Hutton starting in 4th, Angelo Ronas rolling off from 5th, Ben Bafford starting from the 6th position, Seth Hatchell rolling off from 7th, Chris Samard in 8th, Ryan Gemmel starting in 9th, and Reggie Ortega rounds out the top 10.
Stanley will be starting 11th. Dennis Faircloth, a chase contender, 12th. Kevin McGarvey, 13th. Josiah Vincent, 14th. Dallas Sullivan, 15th. Cody Atkins, 16th. James Loveland, 17th. Kenny Bishop, 18th. Alan Dice, 19th. And rounding out the top 20, Nick Starling.
21st is Zach Smith, 22nd TJ Brendel, 23rd Robert Gilmore. Smaller field tonight, but hopefully not small on action. Cheer on your favorite driver. Let us know you're out there, who you're rooting for, and who do you think is going to win tonight's race. I think we talked about our picks a little bit here already, but I think Seth Hatchell's got a good opportunity to win tonight.
Seth Hatchell won here last year, and you never know what can happen. And I'm going to tell you, he's been hot on these mile and a half, and I think he's going to get the job done tonight. Eric Hutton is going to victory lane tonight.
All right, we'll see how it shakes out. Keith Mato in control as pace car makes the hard left-hand turn onto pit road. About to go green from Chicagoland for the Martin Sports 200, and green flag is out. We're underway.
I just thought that might have been the hardest left turn I've ever seen the pace car make, but we're green here at Chicago. And up on the inside, Keith Mato's got the lead. Stravato side by side with his teammate, Zach Carr. Carr's going to try to pull up to the outside here. He's clear.
And he does clear in 4 seconds. Stravato settles into third, Hutton in fourth, Baffert and Ronas side by side for fifth. There's Seth Hatchell right behind them as well. This is the area of the racetrack. I think the driver's going to have to be very careful not to get that outside wall and keep their car underneath them. As out in front, Mayato, he's already got a half second over. Stravato now challenging for the second spot.
That car got loose in the middle of 3 and 4, and here Stravato was able to get the power down quicker and be able to make a move underneath them. Now you can see the various different lines in turns 1 and 2. 3 different distinct lines being used. Baffert now dives underneath the 88. They're going to be side by side for the 4th position. Behind them, Baffert slips up, gets loose off the corner. And Schroeder's going to have to check up. Hatchell's going to get a big run down the straightaway with Gimmel pushing him.
Side by side across the stripe. Lap 3 goes up on the board. Hatchell working to the outside, trying to get that position, but Baffert hangs on to it. He'll slide up right in front of the 8 machine. And that dirty air is going to have an effect right there out of turn number 2. But they all get in line, and behind them a little bit further back, Reggie Ortega, Jeremy Stanley racing it up side by side. Dennis Faircloth behind them just outside the top 10.
Faircloth starting to claw his way up down the order now. He started 13th, already up 1 spot. Looks now underneath the 60 of Jeremy Stanley, but it looks like that draft on the outside pretty strong as he dives underneath here, the 60. The 60 is going to have the momentum. He's going to be able to carry it up off of turn 2. He'll have the draft with Ortega right in front of him. And now the battle for the 6th position, or in the top 5 now. Hatchell's going to dive underneath Baffert. He'll take the spot in behind them. Gimmel and Ronas side by side for the 7th position.
Yeah, and that gets really tight, really fast outside of turn number 4. It looked like Ronas might have just scuffed the wall. I thought I saw a couple sparks fly there, but still side by side down into turn 1. All the while, Keith Mayato is driving away at the front of the field now, over 6/10 out in front of Zach Carr. We saw that a few weeks ago, though, at Las Vegas. Those two were at the top of the order, and really nobody else led any significant amount of laps just through pit cycles. And again, those two out in front.
That play there is a beautiful thing if you're in that 36. Dennis Faircloth gets loose on the apron off of turn 4. Now he's going to get swallowed up by Dallas Sullivan, McGarvey, and I believe that's James Loveland as well. He's going to drop a few spots back, but like we said, clean air, a huge part of the deal here. Mayato already pulling about a second over Zach Carr, about 7/10, but Carr slowly starting to reel him back in. Stravato starting to get pulled by Carr, though.
Yeah, Faircloth had huge contact with the wall. That right side of that neon yellow number 80 machine is really torn up, and he's going to be looking to try and get that fixed up. As behind him, they're stacking up Kevin McGarvey, James Loveland, Cody Adkins. There's a battle just outside the top 10, inside the top 15. Loveland, who's made a select amount of starts here, has been a contender at some of these races. Expect him to move forward throughout the event.
Alan Dice right behind them. You can see it punches a big hole in the air. We saw it at Kansas this weekend in the NASCAR Cup Series. Guys running side by side, they stall each other out, and guys that are able to carry momentum good enough, they're able to actually reel them back in and get a huge run down the straightaway like we were able to see in the Gen 6. Not as big of runs, but they are still able to generate pretty big runs. As we're starting to see, oh my gosh, Zach Carr getting up on the wall, almost getting into it. I don't know if he actually got into it, But Zach Carr starting to move around here. Mayato looks pretty comfortable riding that bottom lane in 1 and 2. But Zach Carr, on the other hand, trying to rubber up that top lane, almost up on the wall there, and almost got into it off of turn 2.
Yeah, very close to catching the wall there as Mayato now over 1 second. Back to Zach Carr, and then another 6/10 back to Stravato, who leads Hutton and Hatchell, the top 5. Baffert in 6th, with a few car lengths over Ryan Gemmel. And then side by side, Chris Simard works around the top side. He'll clear the 22 of Angelo Ronis to move Simard up back to where he started in 8th position. And Ronis going the wrong direction here early on, back 4 spots from his 5th place starting spot.
Yeah, Ronis not been able to get that car underneath him. He got loose in the first lap, and ever since then he's kind of been dropping back. Maybe heated up that right rear a little bit too much, and now just trying to cool it back off, where other guys might have a little bit cooler tires. And now for 3rd, Eric Hunt starting to put a little more pressure on that 33 Waste Management Chevrolet. And let me tell you, I'll tell you who's flying right now is that number 8 is Seth Hatchell right now. He was the fastest car on the racetrack that last lap. He is reeling in that 3rd and 4th place drivers.
Yeah, and if they get to battling side by side here in a few laps, he will just suck right up to the back of them. And that 8 car, that's exactly where he needs to be. He needs to be closer to the front. 2.2 seconds, not going to cut it right now, but still plenty of time. And Seth, one of those drivers, he's more about the long run. And it looks like he is starting to work that long run speed here, just 11 laps in. But he is good at this track. He's won here before, and I think he considers it the home track, even though he doesn't live up this way. This is where he grew up, so it's always nice for him to try and win at home.
Of course, nothing like winning at what you consider your home track. And now for the battle for 7th, Chris Simard was able to pass Ryan Gemmel off of turn 2, and he'll move up another spot, closing in on the 23 of Ben Baffert. But you can see, look at the different variety of lines here with Chris Simard. You can see Baffert stuck on that bottom, wrapping that white line. Simard about a lane and a half, or about a half lane to a lane up, and then right behind them, Gemmel up another half lane. A little different in turn 3 and 4. As you can see, Baffert moving up to that 3rd lane in 3 and 4. Curious to see if that's able to play a big enough role pulling away, or if that line starts to come in later in this race.
Yeah, Gemmel closing back up to the 37. Just a car length there between the 2 teammates. Baffert in front of them. Kind of similar situation to what we saw from him at Las Vegas, where he was kind of in front of a group of race cars and nobody could get past him. We'll see if that ends up being the same case here tonight at Chicagoland, how easy it is to pass. Here goes Simard trying to make the move down low. He'll send it into turn number 3 through the bumps down there. Baffert up about 2 lanes. And, yeah, just not able to make the run there out of turn 4 for Simard, but still within a couple car lengths, and he'll get some draft here.
You can see just the momentum in the insurance. You can see now, Simard does not want to run in Baffert's line. Simard is faster, but Baffert's holding that top lane, being able to use that momentum. As you can see, he slips up there. Simard's going to be able to get next to him. Can he side draft him back going into turn 3? Baffert's going to give up the spot here. Simard's going to move into 6th. And Baffert starting to fight it back, just doesn't have enough of a run. But up at the front now for 3rd, Eric Hutton slowly closing into that back bumper of the 33 of AJ Stravato. And behind them, Seth Hatchell has almost caught them.
Yeah, as Hatchell has definitely closed up. Baffert and Simard swapping positions again, though. Yeah, he tried to make the move down low. Simard up high, has to check up a tiny bit, but still good run out of 2. And Baffert, he'll settle into 7th here. Gemmel has not been able to stick to the bumper at that 37. But still in the mix. Oh, big wiggle right there for Ben on the entry to turn 3.
Yeah, they've been talking about it. There's a bump going into turn 3 here, and it didn't really affect the Gen 6 cars because those cars were pretty glued. These cars with that flat underbody, it does upset it a little bit more than it did the Gen 6. So you can, it'll throw you around if you hit it in a weird way where you have only one chance to really save it, and if you hit it in the wrong way, you might be going around.
Yeah, and looking at lap times, Zach Carr, Chris Simard, 2 of the fastest cars on the racetrack. They've got some cleaner air, but Zach, he had gotten up to about 8/10 behind. I think he just had an issue, though. Did he catch the outside wall? Not too sure. He's right up.
He is running up on it really early, man. Looking like Tyler Reddick up here running that wall, but you don't want to get up there and hit it right now. It's really early in the race, still over 100 laps to go. You do not want to hit it this early because you will dig yourself in a hole that you might not be able to come back out if this race goes green.
Yeah, and Stravato has reeled him in. Look at the gap right there. Just 3 car lengths. Hutton and Hatchell coming right with him. And Mayato has pulled now 1 1/4 second lead out in front. Still a little farther back. Samard, Baffert, pretty close racing back there. It's a few tenths between them. And then Reggie Ortega, Angelo Ronis were starting to close up to Ryan Gemmel, but that has since evaporated. Then you go back a little bit farther. It's kind of the same story. A few car lengths between the drivers. Kevin McGarvey in front of Cody Adkins for 12th position.
And McGarvey was able to actually get by Adkins there that last lap, and a few laps ago there. The battle for 10th heated up, and Ortega was able to overtake Angelo Ronis off of turn 4 and move himself into the 9th position. But, oh, we got a caution. Oh, Dennis Faircloth is spinning down the front stretch.
And he's gotten it back going the right direction. But yeah, caution is out for the number 80 machine. Let's go take a look at what happened to Dennis. Brought out the yellow flag. Already into the wall once. Looks like he just lost the back end.
It is very possible here.
Back and take a look at the replay.
Oh, yeah.
It just gets light there in that bump that we saw. He locks it down.
Oh, great job by Nick Starling, able to, or was that Starling able to avoid him? But yeah, that could have been a little bit worse, and I'm sure that kind of scared Starling there.
Yeah, pretty close call there for the number 7 machine, Nick Starling. I think he joined the server in the wrong type of race car. I think he usually runs a Toyota, but that's why his paint scheme's looking like that.
We are gonna see something interesting here. I'm assuming everybody's gonna be pitting.
Yeah, tire wear pretty significant at this racetrack. So I don't know what their allotment of tires is tonight. Let's see if we can take a look.
I think it's 5, so they'll probably be using their first. Ooh.
Yeah, four additional.
Early.
Yeah, 4 additional sets, 5 total, including the ones they started on. But yeah, Mayato leads him down pit road.
Could be big for pit stops here in track position here. Curious to see. Mayato's crew gonna need a solid pit stop. Zach Carr pushing him practically into the pits here. I'm curious. You don't want to miss your stall here. Carr overshoots
and Stravato
overshoots too.
Yeah, that was
barely going up.
I think Zach was just too close to the 36, and then he misjudged where to turn in, and then Stravato had to go through the 27. Is gonna be a big gain there for
lose 2 spots there. Stravato's gonna lose 2. Gamble with a heck of a pit stop, and like Hatchell's gonna lose a few spots as well.
As the 6 of Gembel's letting these guys by, I wonder if he got some kind of a speeding penalty. Yeah, Samard up to 4th.
Big pit stop for that 37 crew. Actually, he'll move up into 3rd, behind Eric Hutton, and Gilmore is staying out. I'm assuming he'll be probably bringing it back in, unless he's gonna try to lead lap or play a interesting pit strategy here.
Now, that would be interesting for sure. I don't think he feels all that comfortable at the front, though. I think he will bring it in. Yep.
So that'll shake things up here. Carr back down to 4th. Stravato back down to 5th. Gimmel up to 6th. Hatchell lost a spot, or a few spots, went back down to 7th. Baffert lost a few spots, and he's back in 9th. So big gains out of that for for Eric Hutton and Chris Samard. Big gains there, and good for track position here.
You know, I was just looking through the chat. Dennis Faircloth commented earlier that he said he was going to wreck on lap 26. He didn't quite make it there, unfortunately. That's what he said to us, though. He was going to wreck early on in this one, and well, he did get loose. Luckily, didn't catch the wall. And actually, kind of a break for him. He can get some of that damage fixed from his initial contact.
Yeah, it's going to be big for Faircloth and getting that damage fixed, but nonetheless, it's going to be a point deduction spinning and causing a caution. So, not something that I'm sure Faircloth was intending to do. The damage seemed like it was affecting just a little bit.
Yeah, a few other drivers with damage that got some fixed. James Loveland and Dallas Sullivan, both of them, I think, pretty heavy right side damage on those 2 race cars. Yeah, heavy damage for Loveland, just taking a look at it right now. But, yeah, you don't want that here. You're really on the throttle a lot And aerodynamics so important in these next-gen machines. Base car lights should be going off. We're going to be going green this time. I do want to give a big shout out to Martin Sports for sponsoring the series as well as tonight's race. You can check them out. Link is in the video description, and you'll hear more about them at some of our commercial breaks throughout the night. But they've got a few cars with their sponsor on it. What's that?
Sorry, just doodling here. Did you know Michael McDowell spun off a turn 4 on the last lap?
I did hear about that, yeah.
I didn't know he did that. How about that?
Yeah, I heard somebody mention that, but there was no replay, so...
No, I just saw this fan video, and he spun. So, yeah. How about that? Huh.
There were a lot of tire problems in that race, so...
Yeah, I felt like... Yeah, that was really the first race you think about it with a lot of tire problems. And I'm assuming Goodyear will probably get that fixed.
I think Auto Club had a decent amount too, though, right? I mean,
yeah, they did. There was.
There was one other race where they've had some tire problems. I don't remember exactly which one, but yeah, they're gonna get it figured out. I do know Goodyear's tire contract's coming up at the end of the season, so we'll see how that all gets dealed out. But my auto on the loud pedal here, green flag back in the air. From Chicagoland, he'll lead them down into turn 1. The battle now for second. Hutton and Samard side by side, and then Stravato and Carr racing for the 4th and 5th positions.
Carr's trying to look like he's going to want to take it 3 wide there, but Samard had a great push from AJ Stravato and almost got him all the way up to second net, but he wasn't able to get there. Hutton able to carry the momentum down into 3, but now into the trouble spot with cold tires. You can see Ortega gets loose on. Oh, hard hit to the outside wall. Big crash at turn 3. 4 hard hit for Josiah Vincent.
Oh, they're still wrecking too. And McGarvey. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Yeah, Jeremy Stanley loses the nose as well. Let's go take a look. You're saying that one started with
Jeremy Stanley.
That started with Stanley. Yeah, wow. Loses it head on in the outside wall, and then nowhere for McGarvey. Loveland hard hit as well, but farther up, that was Josiah Vincent. Let's see what happened with him. Oh, I think he just avoided it, and then he lost the back end. Oh, he was already loose, saved it, and then avoided the wreck, and then got the apron again, and then just overcorrected. Hard hit for him. But yeah, you can see Loveland, he gets into the 3 and the 77 later on as well.
Man, oh man, a lot of hard hits. Oh, Gilmore ended up getting in it as well, but a lot of hard hits there. It's unfortunate with Josiah Vincent. I think he would have been fine. He obviously got loose, you could see, but he was able to save it. And then he went down, and that apron is. I noticed with these cars, they don't react good to a weird transition like that, and looks like that transition bit him right there, and he just went hard up into the outside wall.
Yeah, hard hits for a lot of drivers, and not really any laps on the tires. We'll see if anybody tries to pull a strategy, though. Ortega, we did see he got a bit loose as well, but was able to collect it. And we do have some cars on pit road, but basically everybody just involved in that one. It looks like Nick Starling going to top up on fuel a little bit right there. He rides 17th. He'll pull up behind Robert Gilmore, who now has quite a bit of nose damage. But yeah, everybody else who was involved, Kevin McGarvey, Josiah Vincent, Jeremy Stanley, James Loveland, all on pit road getting damage fixed. If we want to talk to anybody here early on.
Who do we talk to? I don't want to jinx anybody, but we talk to Keith Mayato?
Yeah, we could pull him up here.
Let's get him up here. Keith Mayato, Alec Martinez, Adam Baker in the VSPEED booth. Got a copy?
10-4.
Well, you've dominated. You've led, I believe, every single lap here tonight. You seem like you're setting sail here after these restarts. How we feeling?
Pretty confident. I don't know what the car's like on the longer run, if I'm going to get too tight, because I was trying to gauge off the guys behind me, so they seem to be catching me, but see how it goes. We got over 100 laps to go, so a lot of racing to do.
Yes, sir. I know last year we had a heck of a battle here in the Xfinity cars, so that was fun. But you know what? Good luck, man, and hopefully we don't jinx you.
Let's hope not. Thanks,
Let's
Alan.
hope not, man. All right, good luck, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was fun. Do you remember that race last year? The old Chicagoland Speedway and the Xfinity race.
No, I'm trying to remember that one. I don't really recall what happened in that race.
Fortunate enough to win that race and lock my ticket in there, punch my ticket into the Final Four at Atlanta. But let me tell you, that was some of the hardest laps I've ever driven with Keith breathing down in my neck there. That was fun though. I'll tell you, that was a heck of a race me and Keith had. And I think you were up there, and then I think you got fenced. I don't know who fenced you, but I think you got fenced.
I think that might have been what happened. I've blocked it out from my brain, so I probably got involved in something. But that was an interesting season for sure. I do miss racing those. It felt like it was either victory or top 5 for me, or I was getting involved in something. I think
Checkers or wreckers kind of thing.
basically, yeah.
And speaking of checkers or wreckers, after this race, VSPEED After Dark, we're going to be racing. So tune in. It's been a hot minute since I've raced. So
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think those. Yeah, the Riley Daytona prototypes at Talladega.
I gotta get a set for that. Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta adjust the gearing. I know that they're topping out with the low downforce. They're topping out at like 178.
Hopefully, our other admin has a setup because Ben might, but we'll find out though.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Should be a lot of fun.
Though.
Yeah, it'll be an in-car broadcast, quite a bit different from normal. So I'll do my best with that. But I'm gonna have fun actually racing in that. We've been doing some fun sessions now and then that haven't been broadcasted or anything, but just with some friends now and then, and it'll be fun to have a broadcast where I'm racing again. But looks like we're going green this time. It's Keith Mayato, Eric Hutton, Zach Carr, Chris Samard, and then AJ Stravato, the top 5. Green flag back in the air. Mayato, great restart, gets out in front, but look at the restart by the 27 as well. He gets a good jump, and he might very well be able to get past the 88 here in turn number 1.
A restart by Zach Carr. Yeah, he'll slide into second. Behind him, Chris Samard and AJ Stravato did not get going as well. Ben Bafford with a heck of a run down this backstretch. They'll be side by side. Stravato will close up in the 5th. Bafford now looking underneath the 37. Again, the trouble spot on cold tires. Nobody seems to get out of whack so far. Oh, Samard does get loose. Atkins gets loose around. Oh, and Atkins spins in the infield.
Like he's able to save it. He drives through the grass. Gets it collected. Yeah, good job there. He'll lose all that track position. Samard did get loose. I saw Gemmel got a bit loose, but how about Samard losing a lot of positions right there on that restart? And you know what? I think Seth Hatchell might have a little bit of damage. Is there? Oh, I don't know. Something with my running orders going crazy right now. Looks like Angelo Ronis. Oh, here goes Dallas Sullivan. Big slide in 3 and 4. He hangs on to it.
Samar's definitely got a problem.
Yeah, I am not sure what happened. I think maybe superheated the tires, but he has fallen all the way back to 10th. And I think Hatchell has caught the wall, though. I saw maybe a little bit of damage on the right side. Oh, no, it looks good. I was just seeing things further up.
Composite.
Yeah, composite. It popped back out. Mayato out in front, though. Zach Carr behind him. 4/10 the difference there. And then Hutton another 4/10 back from...
Oh, Ortega! And Dice!
Oh, and big wiggle for Hutton as well. That's going to allow Stravato to close in. Take a look farther back here.
I'm about to say something about Reggie. He's been having a solid run, slowly and steadily climbing his way back up. Good save there, but a lot of battles. A little more racier this restart. Zach Carr slowly starting to reel in Keith Mayato. Mayato's got about a half-second lead there, and Ronis gets super loose off of 2. And now Ortega's going to be able to run him down. Samard back up to the 8th position. Hatchell back to where he restarted in 7th.
A little farther back, Zach Smith, Nick Starling, and Alan Dice, the loaded admin drivers. How about Zach Smith, the new sponsor? Yeah, Disc God. Great looking paint scheme there. And I know they were one of the sponsors of the league as well. They just rebranded, so cool to see that new scheme being representing that brand.
Yeah. Battle for 3rd. Oh, Hutton up the racetrack. Big save by Eric Hutton. Ben Bafford is going to try to capitalize on that position as well. Stravato slots into 5th, and now into 3rd goes Stravato, and now Bafford up to 4th.
Yeah, Gemmel right there as well, but Hutton having a couple moments here over the last few laps, and it seems like a lot of drivers struggling on this run to get things going and get the grip underneath them. As Mayato now starting to stretch it out a few more tenths. It's 3/4 of a second and ticking upwards.
Somebody that hasn't struggled is Keith Mayato. Mayato is in the zone right now. He is pulling away from Zach Carr. Mayato, whatever they got in that car, man, let me tell you, it is hooked up.
Yeah, I think the clean air really a huge benefit. It seems like the cars that are driving in the wake of the other cars in front of them, I'm seeing a lot of looseness in 3 and 4, and maybe a little bit of aero push in 1 and 2. So, kind of unpredictable how these things drive in this dirty air.
It does, yeah. These cars, I've noticed they even in real life, they have like a push loose to them. They could run side by side better, but they have a push loose when being behind. So. Definitely something that's different in these new next-gen cars is Ryan Gemmel takes the spot from Eric Hutton, and he'll slot into the top 5. Gemmel's trying to use up that top lane. That top lane starting to slowly come in.
Yeah, he's made some good time up there. Looks like Baffert with a little issue out of turn number 2. He's going to lose quite a bit of ground. Here comes Gemmel now. Looks to the inside, sends it into turn 3. Not able to get alongside, though, and Hutton right there behind both of them. He'll have a good run with this draft.
Yeah, Hutton's just too far enough, but you can see that he kind of closes in on that 6. I've noticed the only guy really using the apron on the front stretch is that 8th car, Seth Hatchell. You can see Ryan Gemmel moves up to the outside. He's going to have a huge run down this backstretch. If he can keep his foot in the throttle here, he'll have a big run on Ben Baffert. He looks down to the inside. Look at the momentum he's able to carry down this backstretch. And now he'll look underneath Baffert as Baffert almost trying to cut that nose off, and he does. You can see Gemmel loses the nose there, and now Eric Hutton's going to have a big run down this front stretch.
Yeah, that slowed up Gemmel quite a bit. He had to check up, and now the 88 and the 6 nose to tail. It looks like Kevin McGarvey has since joined the chat here. We do have a lot of cars out of the race. Dallas Sullivan, Cody Adkins, Kevin McGarvey, Jeremy Stanley, James Loveland, TJ Brendel, Kenny Bishop, as well as Robert Gilmore and Josiah Vincent still sitting on pit road. So we are down to 14 cars still racing out here on the lead lap.
14 on the lead lap. We have 16 cars still on the racetrack. Josiah Vincent 13 laps down, and Robert Gilmore 6 laps down. But yeah, the field's been cut almost in half.
Yeah, it's a race of attrition. Not exactly what I expected. Las Vegas. Very similar, style of racetrack. We went green flag start to finish, no cautions at all. We did have a few drivers crash out, but cautions weren't thrown for those. As Zach Carr's starting to reel in Keith Mayato, he's cut it down under 7/10.
He has, but now the battle for 4th is heating up. Ryan Gemmel is all over Ben Baffert's back bumper, but Baffert going to take his line away. Gemmel's going to slide up the racetrack, but he's going to be up on that high side, almost up on the wall. As Eric Hutton's trying to build that run, and he'll look underneath the 6. This is the best battle on the racetrack right now with battle for 4th.
Yeah, Gemmel really trying to make up ground on entry, but it's costing him on exit. He's just not able to get up alongside that 23. And right now, riding in his draft is going to be hurting his tires a little bit more. But Baffert's smart, trying to take his line away. Here goes Gemmel, now goes to the middle, changing things up a little bit. And Baffert up high, cuts it down.
Wasn't able to cut it down in the right time there. You can see now Gemmel's got a better run, running a little bit lower than Baffert. Now he'll look underneath here for the 4th spot. He needs to get it down to that white line. Just doesn't look like it's sticking enough, but Baffert able to carry that momentum off the corner and hold on to that 4th position.
Yeah, good racing though right there. Definitely hard to make a pass when you're at full throttle like that for so much of this racetrack, but I'm sure as the tires wear, it's gonna be a bit more about that throttle management and the brakes as well. But right now, early on in this run, these guys starting to get a little separated.
They're still relatively off throttle. I would think a little more on throttle than the Gen 6 with the low downforce, but still better than the 550 package with throttle. As you can see, Gemmel was able to get underneath the 23 of Baffert. He'll cut it down, use that apron, try to make the racetrack a little shorter. Just can't build that enough of a run into 1. Baffert takes the spot. Now Eric Hutton looks underneath the 6 of Ryan Gemmel, and he is there on that quarter panel, almost washes up into him.
Yeah, he had a moment right there. You can see the car dart to the right, and he backed out of it, though. He'll slot back in line behind Gemmel. Now Gemmel again trying to take another chance there and make that move, but just cannot get alongside, sending it in a little too deep into turn number 3. Behind all of that, Seth Hatchell, Chris Samard, slowly reeling them in about a 10th a lap right now. So they'll be there in 10 to 15 laps if these guys continue to race it up like this. Meanwhile, out front, it looks like that lead battle maybe starting to be contested. As Zach Carr, he's 3.5 tenths. 3.5 tenths behind him up there. What's that? The 2.5 grooves. And Mayato kind of running that lower lane.
Mayato has been hooking up on that bottom, though. He has not moved away from that bottom. Zach Carr, on the other hand, is starting to use that wall. I mean, Gemmel was starting to make time up on the walls. I'm starting to look backwards, starting to get up there. Gemmel was the one who really started to use it and put rubber up there. Zach Carr is also starting to use it now. I'll tell you, that battle for 4, 3 cars under a blanket. Gemmel looks down to the inside once more. I'll tell you, he's getting a little bit more annoyed with Ben Baffert in that 23. Baffert doing a great job able to hold him off there. But, yeah, Baffert's really holding up that 6 in the 88.
They're not losing too much time to the race leaders. Actually, last time Baffert was faster than Mayato. Here goes Hutton, big send.
Hutton's going to be able to go there. He's going to be able to stick it right down. Oh, he gets tight and not able to clear the momentum. Now Baffert has about a lap or half a lap of breathing room. As Gemmel looks down to the inside. Gemmel trying to get that clean air to the nose. Baffert running and carrying that momentum off the corner. Been able to do a really, really nice job.
Hutton got a little bit loose that time in 3 and 4. That gives some breathing room to Gemmel as well. So now about 2-3 car lengths between each of these guys. And further back, Hatchell chopped in by about another 1/10 of a second. Actually, almost 2 tenths over Eric Hutton. So he is going to be there probably in, again, 10 to 15 laps.
Yeah, the VSPEED guys have had a little more speed on the long run, it looked like. But at the front, though, it looks like car gap starting to even back out again. Mayato's probably starting to push that car a little bit harder and try to build a little more of a safe gap, although that car was a little bit faster than that lap.
Yeah, just 20 thousandths of a second faster, but every little bit counts. He starts to get closer and closer. Mayato might start to feel that pressure.
Honestly, to be honest, I think the best car on the racetrack right now is Ryan Gemmel. Gemmel looks like he has a lot of speed. He's just stuck behind the 23 and can't really get around him. Gemmel just has the speed, but the question is pushing his tires off too much.
Could very well be the case. Just 28 laps into this run, he's been right here in this sandwich for the whole time. So he's got help from behind with a little draft, and then out in front he's got dirty air. So he's going into the corner faster than he probably should be. And he's working the tires harder than he could be if he was in clean air. So could very well be using up his stuff.
So yeah, Baffert is trying to take that line away and kind of was really.
Oh, big wiggle though.
Oh. So yeah, no, just Gemmel. Well, Gemmel does have a run here, and he'll have a little bit of a push, an air push from the 88. Depends where is he going to take this run. Baffert's going to run up on that wall, and you can see it right there. He loses the nose. Hutton now dives underneath that 6 car. Can he hold it down? There's the question. Yes, he can. They'll be side by side now. What does Baffert do? Baffert's going to toy with them a little bit. He's going to give Hutton the draft down the straightaway. Now it's going to be interesting side by side into 3 here now. Gemmel using a way higher line than probably anybody's been.
Yeah, this end of the racetrack, it's really difficult to make that work, but it worked for him. But you can see side draft from Hutton now across the stripe. Lap 51 up on the board. Gemmel's just trying to get clear. Oh, wow. Look at how close that was into turn 1.
Almost contact, but it's okay with these cars. They can make a little bit of contact. As you can see, Hutton tracks up the racetrack. He's still pulling back that 6 car, and he'll have to tuck it in line. But Baffert now has a little bit of breathing room. Gemmel, man, look at him, just sending into that corner. Gemmel is charging into turn 3 a lot harder than Baffert or Hutton.
Doing everything he can to close that gap. How about Hatchell and Samard both slowly reeling in those 3?
5 cars. It's about to be 5 cars under a blanket here for the 3rd or the 4th position.
And Angelo Ronas not too far back either, and he's got Reggie Ortega just a few tenths behind. So we could very well have about 7 cars under a blanket in not too long. But those top 2, they've completely driven away from AJ Stravato, who's also kind of all by himself.
Stravato's really all by himself. Oh, Gemmel got really loose and almost lost the nose. Hutton, he's going to have a big run underneath him. Hutton's going to try to take that spot. Might have to throw the slide job going into 1 here. You can see he sends it in there. Does he slide up? No, he doesn't. He's able to keep it down there. And wow, just able to easily take that position. Gamble's going to fall back a little bit. Maybe Eric Hutton has something to challenge for Ben Baffert. Hutton's kind of been settling behind them, letting them battle it out. Maybe he's gotten enough time to save his tires. Maybe he's trying to start capitalizing on it.
And meanwhile, the other two VSPEED machines closing in. It looks like Gemmel again loose out of turn number 4. Didn't catch the wall, but big bobble there, and he's still behind that 88. So got to find a way to get some clean air to the nose of that race car, and right now he's just not had any of it for the last 30 laps. But Zach Carr is still hanging tough here, half a second behind the race leader, and he has stayed stationary right around here. They're running almost identical lap times.
Yeah, they're pretty close on pace. And the real question, I think Mayan will probably have the upper hand being in clean air and being able to, not have any traffic, but it seems like you can see Mayato gets a nice diamond into the corner, and he's able to hook that bottom lane. And when he gets to about the center, he's able just to pull a lot of speed there. It just seems like, because there's more variety in 1 and 2 to move around. 3 and 4, there's not as much, and it just seems like Carr just loses all his time in 3 and 4.
Yeah, it's interesting. Mayato definitely like backing up the corners, especially turn 1. Like you said, he cuts down the racetrack and just able to hook the bottom, and he gets a nice exit off. Doesn't really lose much time. But you can see Carr closes up almost a 10th just into turn number 1, but he's really having to manhandle that car on the exit and loses about a half of that back. And then he loses a lot more down here in 3 and 4, where it's a lot closer to full throttle.
Yeah, 3. I would say 1 and 2 is a little more closer to full throttle. I just think because it's so line dependent in 3 and 4. Carr almost has to run the same line as Mayato, and obviously when you run in the same line as the car in front of you, you're going to get a little bit of that arrow push. In 1 and 2, you can see there's more variety, but Carr's able to stick it down to the bottom, and was almost able to gain a little bit of time. But like you said, he's losing it all on exit. He's maybe charging the corners a little bit too hard, and he's just not able to carry the momentum off.
And kind of the same situation a little farther back. Reggie Ortega, he's been closing up on Angelo Ronas. That gap just 0.3 of a second. Eric Hutton closing up on Ben Baffert as well. And then Seth Hatchell, he's reeled in his teammate, now just 0.3 behind Ryan Gemmel. He's kind of left Chris Simard in the dust as they've broken away.
Baffert's still running. I would say Baffert is probably the car running the highest line in the corners. Yeah, he's probably looking at just the field coming by in through 1 and 2. Baffert's definitely been the car that's run the highest of all the cars, and he hasn't really gotten around to that white line. Oh, he gets loose out the corner. Oh, what a save by Ben Baffert.
I just pulled up the race recap and showing the cautions. We almost had another one right there. Baffert, though, great save. He'll lose a spot to Hutton, and he's probably going to struggle here for a couple more laps. That was a big set of bobbles right there.
That car was going around on the front stretch. Was a heck of a save on Ben Baffert, but Eric Hutton's going to get a free spot out of that. I'm going to assume pit stop probably coming up pretty soon as well. Baffert now way up the racetrack in 3 and 4, trying to carry that momentum, but seems like he's been getting loose out the corners. You can see him get loose again. Those rear tires are not happy.
Yep, and he is starting to fall backwards towards Ryan Gemmel and Seth Hatchell, who is just a couple more car lengths behind. Hatchell working all the way down there like his teammate Keith Mayato, working down along that inside lane, and he's starting to make up some ground. He's the second quickest car behind the race leader. Angelo Ronas also actually putting down a pretty good lap last time around, but he is... did he get around Reggie Ortega? Or is Reggie... No, Reggie's been running in 10th.
Reggie's been kind of behind him, but Ronas is starting to run down Samard a little bit. About 2/10 faster that last lap. Now they evened out that last lap as well, but Ronas is able to make up some time.
Yes, keep an eye on that 22 to work his way forward. Farther back, side by side, Nick Starling, Alan Dice. This about 11 seconds behind the race lead as Alan up the racetrack almost gets the quarter panel of the 7 machine, but he gets clear.
Bearcloth is off the pace a little bit. I think that right front damage is starting to affect him a little bit. At the front, though, Mayato pulling about a second lead, and he was almost a 10th faster than Zach Carr. Clean air starting to prevail here. Zach Carr might have pushed his tires a little bit too hard, and now starting to fall off. The question is, how much longer until they pit? How long has this run been is the question?
We're at 41 laps into this
Pit
stint.
stops are coming soon, very soon, and Hatchell able to overtake his teammate Gemmel, and he'll slide into the top 5 now, and now he'll set his eyes on Ben Bafford, but yeah, I'm assuming pit stops will happen within the next 10 laps here.
Yeah, that would make sense, and then they may go the distance the rest of the way, possibly. I mean, that's a pretty long.
There'll be one more stop probably.
If they can go 15 laps, they could go to the end. Probably, it would be about
yeah,
the same
they go 15.
distance.
I think obviously there's a fuel rule, so I don't think if they pit within the next 10 laps, they're gonna have to pit again.
Yeah, I think so.
Don't, though, opens the door for somebody to try to make it to the end. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh, Ben Bafford is sliding all over the place. He slid enough where he's got right rear damage. I believe he might have tagged the wall.
Yeah, he just caught it right there. He's in the wall right now.
Gosh.
At least I saw some sparks flying. Maybe.
Yeah, he's using it.
So he is trying to work things out right now, struggling a little bit as this run has progressed. Still inside the top 5. He's been one of the most consistent drivers out here. 2 race wins, as much as, or as many as the driver behind him. But look at that big slide again out of turn 4.
Yeah, he is wheeling that car, but you can tell he is just loose. I think he's definitely pushing the right rear. He was saying he is really loose.
And Hatchell, who is a driver second in points, needs to get as many spots as he can. He sees his teammate up there, who's 4th in points. He sees the championship leader in 2nd, and then AJ Stravato 3rd in points, right up there as well. So all his competitors out in front by a few seconds, although Stravato's starting to fall backwards a bit here towards Hutton. That gap less than a second there.
Been about the second fastest car over this run here. Looking at Mayato's still the fastest by about a 10th, but Hutton second fastest with a 990, and the car's turning about a 91, so almost faster than car. But Stravato actually turned a 32 flat, so Hutton about a 10th faster than the 33.
Yeah.
Oh, Bafford again as Zach Carr's bringing it in to the pits. Bafford, man, he is hanging on for dear life.
About to lose.
Hatch is going back.
Yeah, here comes Gemmel now, going to try and take advantage as well. I did see Hutton got a big bobble out of turn 4, and then Bafford with an even worse one. As Zach Carr, working towards his pit box, cannot afford to overshoot it. Does a great job this time.
Mayato's going to have to respond to that. He's going to stay out another lap, so curious to see Stravato staying out, Hutton staying out, everybody else staying out for another lap. Bafford still sliding up the corners as Zach Carr is now exiting his stall, and he'll be exiting pit run. He's going to join probably around where Reggie Ortega or Zach Smith is. No, he'll slot in behind Ortega.
Yeah, and we'll see what new tires can get you here, because Mayato ran a 3rd.
That's right.
Yeah, he could play it right. I don't know if these guys are maybe trying to stretch it to make it a one-stop race from here. I mean, if they can go about 10 more laps, it would be...
Oh well, this is true.
It'd be very close.
It would be.
And right now,
Zach
let's...
Want to put him in a bad... He doesn't want to put himself in a bad spot where he'll finish 13th or 14th. Curious to see, though. Curious what his first lap on new tires, so they're a little bit cold. So he's going to have to be driving the car a little bit less than full pace, but see what he's able to turn here.
Yeah, leader's time last time was a 31:88, as Zach Carr just working out a 4. We'll see what he can do. Oh, big close call there. As
he'll turn a 31.2, 0.6 faster, about a half a second faster than our leader. He'll probably cycle out to the lead, but depends when Mayato pits. Mayato will have fresher tires. Mayato looks like he's going to stay out this lap as well.
Yeah, so Ortega into his box, Angelo Ronas, Dennis Faircloth is in as well. As they are the only ones to have made their stops along with Zach Carr. But yeah, Mayato staying out again, 31.82. Very consistently the fastest car on old tires.
22 for Zach Carr. Guys starting to pit. Ronas, Ortega coming in. Samard's just called on his radio that he's coming in right in front of Zach Carr. So Zach Carr gonna have to use a different line here.
Yeah,
I'm still looking at it.
Oh, Zach Smith overshoots his box, I think. Oh no, he just made it.
Wow.
Here's the curveball for you.
Oh, Gimbals. Oh, tell me.
Well, so my auto's pitting right now, but Nick Starling pit 5 laps later, after that quick caution we got, and he topped up on fuel.
Oh, he did. Oh, shoot. That is true. That is true.
He might be able to just get to the end of this race. As Travato takes the race lead, he'll cherish that bonus point.
He will. Eric Hutton looks like he'll be able to. No, yeah, Hutton's gonna lead the lap. Hutton will get a bonus point.
Here comes Hatchell. He's trying to get up there and lead a lap as well.
Bafford's hauling into the pits. He'll be able to get it down in speed.
Yeah, Gemmel, Samard, they both brought it in. Zach Carr is now...
Mayato just exiting his stall. Zach Carr is going to overtake him. But Mayato's going to have 3 lap pressure tires.
Yeah, we'll see if it pays off for him. I'm not too sure.
Everybody would hate to see is if a caution came out, let me tell you. There we go. Hutton and Hatchell coming in.
They went as far as they could go.
Far in. Nick Starling also came in.
Interesting call by Nick. I'm surprised he couldn't go any farther than that. He would have been right at the edge of the fuel range. But he decides to bring it in. Hutton and Hatchell got to get perfectly...
How many laps was that?
52 for the longest ones there. So they cannot make it.
They're going to have to pit one more time. Hutton. They're jacking up his car. Hatchell. So Zach Carr just got by them. So Hutton probably... Oh, the caution's out!
Oh, my goodness.
Zach Smith has spun!
We got through the whole pit cycle, though, so we'll see how it shakes out.
If they would have stood out one more lap, they would have had everybody trapped the lap down. Just makes you think.
What could have been. Here is Zach Smith. Let's see what happened to him. He was on fresh tires. And working through turns 1 and 2. On the exit of the corner. Just gets loose.
Oh my gosh, Nick Starling. Himself a moment probably. Hard hitting to the outside wall. So my thing here is looking what's happening. Zach Carr is going to overtake Heath Mayato, but guys like Eric Hutton and Seth Hatchell that just pitted when that caution came out, I'm going to assume they're going to stay out, and they'll inherit the top 2 spots. Nick Starling will probably stay out because he only had 1 lap on his tires.
Yeah, this will be interesting. I don't know how it's going to shake out. Here comes Bafford taking a few spots. Maybe that's by... I don't know exactly what's up with that.
If they had just exited the pits, they might have beat them before. I'm surprised they're going to the back, but nonetheless, they'll probably cycle out to the lead. I don't see Carr or Mayato. Oh, they are going to stay out. Interesting.
Yeah, Hutton losing some ground here. I wonder if he got a penalty or if maybe it was just the way that the caution fell. Faircloth is going to bring it back in. Zach Smith obviously on pit road.
My question is, did they get exiting a closed pit? They could have.
Oh, I don't think that.
That's just how they cycled out. Because I would think they would have cycled out in 3rd and 4th, but I guess not. Nonetheless, they're going to have 3 or 4 or 5 lap fresher tires than everybody.
Even Nick Starling's getting the wave around.
Should we ask one of them right now?
I don't know if we want to get in the mix of all of that right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised by that. Yeah, no, they said they did something go wrong.
So it's looking like Zach Carr is the race leader. He's got 5 extra laps on his tires. So it was 5 laps that Mayato stayed out, and he was only a couple seconds behind.
I think we gotta take a look here. So how many? So Zach Carr has 9 laps on his tires.
Yep.
Heath Mayato has 4. AJ Stravato has 3. Gemmel has 4. Bafford has 3. Roan is 6. Samard with 4. These are green flag laps, by the way. Ortega with 6. 1 with Starling. 1 with Dice. 0 green flag laps on the 88 and the 8.
Yeah, so they're gonna have brand new Goodyear Eagle F1 or Eagle tires on there, and yeah, we'll have to see how that works out. They've got a lot of ground to make up. It's not really the ideal spot to be in back in 11th and 12th. I mean, they've got to go through everybody in all these guys have basically fresh tires too. I mean, only a few laps, and the fall off, it's not
Other
been
than the
exactly
top-
what I've expected.
The top 7 or 8 have pretty old tires. Like, they're decent enough where they're going to be a little bit more off the pace than definitely Hutton and Hatchell. The question is, how much off pace are they going to be? We saw Mayada was 2 or 3 tenths faster than Carr, and Carr has 5 laps older tires than Mayada, and Carr has 10 lap older tires than Hutton and Hatchell. And they have about 5 more laps on tires with Mayada. So Hutton and Hatchell, along with Faircloth, have the precious tires in the field right now.
Yeah, and they cannot make it on fuel from here as far as I'm aware. They're probably going to split it in half, I would think.
That would be the guess, yes. So, assuming these guys are going to probably pit around lap 108, 109?
Yeah, somewhere in that range. Looks like the 27 is Zach Carr going to take the inside lane. Mayado up to the top side. Travado and Gamble side-by-side row 2. And then row 3, Ben Baffert, Angelo Ronis. And then Samard, Ortega, Starling, Dice. And then Hutton and Hatchell all the way back in 11th and 12th. Dennis Faircloth, last driver on the lead lap in 13th. Going to try and manage to get a good finish after all his issues tonight. Zach Smith goes now 4 laps down.
This is going to be interesting.
I'll tell you what, this one's had a bit more action to it than the Las Vegas race. That was a pretty straightforward one. Zach Carr, Keith Mayado drove away, and nobody was catching them. And it stayed green all race long.
Oh, yeah. Zach Carr is going to be fighting for his life here. He is going to race Keith Mayado exceptionally hard here because track position, he has the older tires, so he's going to need to race really, really hard.
Yeah, 3 total cautions so far in the first 78 laps. 3 lead changes as well. Zach Carr is going to lead him back to green this time from Chicagoland. The Martin Sports 200 back underway. Green flag in the air. Carr with a great jump.
Great jump for Travado as well. Mayado not able to get as good of a restart. Baffert pushing that 33. Mayado might fall back to 3rd or 4th here if he doesn't get a good enough run off of 2.
He's going to charge.
He's fine up on that outside though. My goodness, what a run.
Big drive out of turn 2. That should get him the 2nd spot. Travado struggling down low, just not able to get that momentum. And now Mayado is going to try and attack for that race lead, up to a half car length behind. Gets in the wake of the 27, though, and this is not something he's had to deal with this race. Hard in the wall, Baffert!
Baffert hard into the outside wall, right side destroyed on that 23 Tesla machine. It's going to stack up going into 1. Ronis was thinking about setting it 3 wide. Hutton making moves down on the inside. He'll slide up the racetrack. The battle for the lead heating up at the front.
Side by side, Zach Carr up high. Here comes.
Eric Hutton's upside down. Eric Hutton flipping down the backstretch. Chris Samard is in it.
Oh, man.
Angelo Ronis killed.
Alan Dice involved as well. Let's go take a look at what happened here. I mean, they were definitely stacking up. Oh, my goodness. Don't know where that started, but I saw Chris Samard slam the wall. Maybe it was Baffert.
And up into the, oh my gosh. That is like a...
Oh, my goodness. Hutton up and over.
That's a relatively realistic wreck with Hutton's blowover.
Yeah, let's go take a look here from the onboard. Make sure to get your barf bags ready.
Wow.
About to take off here. Eric Hutton. Oh my goodness. He actually never went all the way over. He landed on the side and landed back on all 4, but that car is going to be pretty much done for. He is able to continue rolling, but yeah, that's the end of his night competitively after what looked like it could have been an opportunity. Did Hatchell make it through this?
No, he got wait, did he?
Oh, he got the blessing of netcode.
Oh my gosh.
He faced through.
Fresher tires.
Wow. Alan Dice involved. Nick Starling, I think, was able to keep it off the wall. I don't know if he got any damage. So
I don't even know anymore. There's like maybe 5 or 6 cars left on this racetrack. How about it?
Go on board here with Nick Starling and see what he saw. He had a little bit of Seth Hatchell luck right there as well. He ended up looping it around. This is going to help out Dennis Faircloth. How about that? He's stuck with it. He's in 7th right now. And Nick Starling brought it on to pit road. I think maybe a 2-tire pit stop, or a quick top up on fuel, which might take him to the end.
Who came in?
Nick Starling. He topped up on fuel.
I think he got in that wreck though. Is the problem?
He doesn't have any damage though.
Oh shoot! He just split.
He phased through a little bit,
okay,
and
so how many laps was that last run?
52.
How many laps you got to go here?
54. But he's got a couple more caution laps. He could top up here.
If he tops off one more time, he has a shot of making it to the end.
And nobody else does. They're all staying out. I'm amazed by this.
Well,
Here comes Angelo.
I just don't think they're gonna have enough.
Angelo Ronis was on pit road.
I mean, they're gonna have a lot of caution laps to save. I just don't think they might be like 2 or 3 lap shirts.
Yeah, it's going to be very close. Eric Hutton, Alan Dice, Ben Bafford. Bafford going laps down now. His race effectively done.
I just want to take a look. Eric Hutton's wreck. That made to be the coolest blowover I've ever seen. Just like, you don't see iRacing, because like, iRacing's a game, and you don't see it. Cars normally flip in the way that they do in real life. And let me tell you, that was about the most realistic blowover I've ever seen in my life. I don't know about you, but that looked pretty wild. Like, awesome.
Yeah, I can't believe the way that it hit on its side and then fell back on all 4. Usually in iRacing, you'll just get a car that goes tumbling like crazy. That was a great job by them. They've got something figured out finally with the physics, the crash physics. Well, at least here for that specific wreck. But let's see if anybody comes back in to top up. Here comes Alan Dice.
Should we interview the Nick Starling and get his opinion on what he thinks to what his strategy might be here?
Yeah, let's pull him in real quick.
Let's get Nick Starling in here. I'm just moving around, channel. All right. Nick Starling, Alec Martinez, and Adam Baker in the VSPEED booth. You got a copy?
How we doing?
I'm doing good. And let me ask you, this little pit strategy you got on here, do you think it's going to work?
Am I on a pit strategy?
Yeah, we're according to Larry Mack's trends, you might be able to make it on fuel.
That's actually pretty funny because I drove through Eric Hutton in the air, so I was making sure I had no damage. But if that lucks out into a fuel strategy, I will take it tonight.
Did you top off is the question.
I did top off.
Oh, well, shoot. Well, congratulations. We might have just helped your race.
Yeah, I think I'm 8th out of 8 cars out here, so I think odds are in my favor. So
guaranteed top 10 here.
Yeah, if everybody runs out of fuel, I mean, shoot, we'll pull her in victory lane.
That would be amazing. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Is Adam in the booth?
Yep, I'm here.
Adam's here.
Adam, gotta ask you, man. I think any comments by Keith Motto maybe having some VSPEED hacks tonight?
Oh, you know what? I don't know, man. He's not even in the lead right now, so.
Cars on rails. We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Well, good luck, man. Good luck, man.
No. Thank you all.
No, thank you. All right, we're coming back to green here.
Use that car on the inside.
Yes.
Yeah, good jump.
Man, he's been getting great jumps. So is AJ Stravado. Reggie Ortega looking for the 3rd position. A guy we haven't talked about all night. Stravado up into 2nd. Ortega into 3rd. He got really, really tight there. Remember, Seth Hatchell has the fresher tires out of everybody here. Mayato looks down to the inside of AJ Stravado.
Stravado has fresher tires than Mayato, but it's just not hooked up here tonight.
And they all have fresher tires than Zach Carr.
I think that's what Mayato knows too. He's got the 27 set squarely in his sights. The gap just a couple tenths of a second across the stripe there. Carr leads again. We'll see what they can do down here in turns 1 and 2. Teammates side by side, Gemmel and Hatchell. And then also Angelo Ronis.
And Hatchell's the one that has the freshest tires out of all of these guys. You can see him get really loose off the corner. Gemmel able to pull back next to him. But now the battle for the lead. Mayato closing up. As you can see, Zach Carr struggling. He's getting loose into the corner. But he's able to take the air away from that 36 car. The 36 starting to reel him in a little bit more. Carr down using the apron now. Mayado follows him down for the draft.
A 10th is the difference. It's just a car length realistically. But Keith really close up behind him. He's got to be careful not to burn his stuff up before he can make the move. But Carr is very strong out here on these slightly older tires, and they're all going to have to pit again.
Oh, he pushes up right there. You can see the dirty air just push him up the racetrack there. Carr, he's going to be able to control this, but he's got to fight. He's got a long way to go. Mayado trying to fake him up to the outside. He'll cross back down to the inside. He looks under the 27.
Side by side through 1 and 2. This is where Mayado's been very good down on that low lane. They're going to be side by side on exit, but Carr with the momentum, he should be able to clear. Maybe a little side draft, but Mayado not able to do it.
He's going to try to clear him. Oh, you can see he takes the air away from that 36, but the 36 did it perfectly. He's going to have a huge run down this front stretch. Can Carr gets loose off the corner. Here comes Mayado looking down to the inside.
Great battle for the race lead. It was Carr at the stripe, but now the 36 with the nose out in front into turn number 1. He's not going to give him a lot of room. He's not going to make it easy, but Zach Carr struggling just a little bit. Here comes Mayado. Good run out of the corner. They're going to be a dead heat down into turn number 3.
Who's going to send it in harder? Mayado, a throw into the corner. Can he hold on? Carr gets loose, but he's able to hold side by side with them. Still side by side at the corner. Who's going to lead the lap this time?
Oh, it's close. I think Mayado just a little bit ahead, but he's actually going to be farther back into turn 1 than he was last lap. And he's got to back out early. Carr trying to wheel it up high.
He got loose into the corner. Carr's able to power off the corner. He'll keep the lead. Behind them, Stravato just not able to gain enough time, but now Hatchell on those fresher tires has moved into 4th. Who is going to hold on enough? Carr gets loose off the corner. Here comes Mayado down to the inside.
This is a good opportunity. He's going to have almost a half car clear.
He's going to send it into this corner here. Oh, man. Carr sent it in even harder. Carr's just able to roll that momentum up on the outside. Mayado's still able to fight him here. He'll be able to side draft him down the straightaway.
Lap car up the road. I believe Ben Bafford. No, that may be somebody else.
Bafford.
Oh, it is Bafford. No, he's still on pit road.
Mayado is loose. Mayado might be able to clear. Carr gets loose out the corner. Oh, no, it's Gilmore that just came in. He'll get out of the way. Carr, a side draft down to the 36. The 36 leads the lap.
I'm holding my breath every moment they're doing this. The 27 is Zach Carr working that top side. He's going to be very close. Oh, just keeps it out of the wall.
They are wheeling and dealing here at the Chicagoland Speedway. Let me tell you, Keith Mayado, he is trying everything he has to get around the 27, and the 27 is trying everything he's got to keep Keith Mayado behind him.
These two battled it out a couple weeks ago in Las Vegas, and it was Zach Carr winning that battle. Mayado doing everything he can. Now he's going to try the top side. He hasn't done this all race long. It gets a little tight. Yeah.
He was not used to running that top.
He's pushed so hard here on this short run, too. Look at him send it down in turn 3. He's in the dirty air, though. The car pushes up half a lane. But he's still able to get a good run off the corner. He's still just a car length and a half, 2 car lengths back. And as long as you're close enough, he might be able to do the opposite strategy of Zach Carr and maybe leapfrog him when they have to pit. And
Zach Carr he's really pushing those tires. And remember, he is on old tires. Those tires are going to give before Mayado's tires give.
Yeah, but right now they're just matching lap times, and Keith pushing so hard in the wake. I think it's going to almost even out. Keith a little loose right there.
Really, really trying.
Hatchell closing up on Stravato. He's down to within 3 or 4 car lengths, and then Gemmel not too much farther back. But really good stuff out here.
And Hatchell's able to pass Stravato here. We are going to have a new dog in the fight here. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, farther back, Dennis Fairclough, Nick Starling racing it up side by side, 8th and 9th. I wonder if Nick is saving a little close call contact. Oh, Starling!
Starling spins to the outside. Oh, he's spinning around. No caution.
Saved it.
Gonna hurt that fuel strategy because he's gonna lose a ton of time.
What a bummer there. But still in the top 10 nonetheless. Eric Hutton back here, 11th, last car on the lead lap, and last car on the racetrack, actually. There are 5 other guys sitting on pit road getting their cars fixed up, but approaching lap one.
And 11th is amazing.
Yeah, approaching lap 100. It is Zach Carr and then Keith Mayato, Stravato, Hatchell, and Gemmel, arguably the top 5 best drivers throughout the whole regular season, up here battling it out in the chase race number 4 from Chicagoland. And man,
Will they have to pit?
oh, they're gonna have to pit. It's just a matter of when are they gonna do it. Is somebody gonna try and short pit? I don't think we'll see 2 tires.
Yeah, well, you never know.
The fall off at the end of the run is only about 8 tenths to 9
Exactly.
tenths.
You remember what happened at Auto Club?
In real life?
No. This in BT.
Oh,
Live,
right,
Seth
yeah.
Hatchell.
Oh my goodness, he could have that option. He's closed up now within a second and a half of the race leader, and he's been pretty quick here, closing up on Stravato. Gemmel also really fast as well. He's closing in. So it could be 5 cars under a blanket here, battling for this thing.
Be.
Yeah, my auto's struggling a little bit,
Yeah,
but I think Carr got loose right there.
Oh, he did. But they are starting to even out a little bit, like you said. Although Carr has been, like I said, Carr's been pushing those tires a lot more. And like I said, if Carr's tires are going to be the tires that are going to fade faster than Mayato's, because Mayato does have 3-lap fresher tires.
Yeah, Keith needs to get back to what he knows best, working that inside lane, because Zach really has not been running that all race long, except on this.
Knows that Keith's been strong on that inside lane. I think he's starting to know that he's got to take that line away. But let me tell you, Zach Carr is wheeling that car off the corner, and he is getting it loose.
Yeah, the gap shrinks down just a little bit across the stripe, another 9 thousandths, but not going to be enough.
A 31.540 for Zach Carr and a 31.530 for Keith Mayato. They're really evenly matched on pace. The battle for 4th heating up, though. Seth Hatchell and Ryan Gemmel starting to go at it.
Yeah, teammates here, and this has cost Hatchell some time. He's losing some ground. Not sure what happened. Maybe overcooked the tires a little bit too quickly working through the field.
Oh, man. Carr got loose again. Mayato has a huge run down this front stretch.
What does he do here? He's going to maybe stay right in line with him. I think he was going to try and fake and go to the top.
Great job by Zach Carr being able to take the line away. I think Carr's really starting to get loose in turn 3 and 4. I'd love to get an onboard with Zach Carr. I think he's just starting to get it a little too loose off of 4.
Yeah, he's wheeling it right now. You can see that car starts to slide a little bit. Mayato stays right around the same distance, and then he closes up with the draft on the front stretch, a couple hundredths of a second every lap.
He's got to run out of his line. Zach Carr's going to try to take that line away, but he's running up too high. Mayato should be able to gain a little bit here off the corner.
And not able to gain, but at least able to maintain down the backstretch 2.5 tenths. And nowhere to go in this end of the racetrack. The only line really is the bottom. But look at the big slides starting. Yeah.
See, Carr, he's leaving tire tracks off the corner. He's really, really starting to push those rear tires. But let me tell you, he is not, those top 2 are not as fast as they were, because AJ Stravato has been a little bit faster than these guys these last few laps.
And Gemmel and Hatchell still side by side further back. But Stravato, he does have fresher tires than either of those top 2. Just a lap fresher than Keith, but it does make a little bit of a difference.
See, again, Carr wheeling it off the corner. Doesn't get as loose this time, but oh, yes, he did. He got way loose off just on the exit of the corner. Here comes Mayato, a big run there that last time. About almost a tenth faster that last lap. Where does Mayato go? He's running that bottom lane.
Oh, it looks like maybe a good run for him. He's got to be careful on exit, though. He pushes up a little bit right there, but he's cut it down under 2 tenths now.
It's going to be this is the hard place to really keep it right in that line, but it depends. Does Zach Carr get loose off the corner like he's been? He's wheeling it off the corner. He's going to get really loose. Mayato's going to have a huge run down this front stretch.
Mayato got a little loose in the center, so that cost him, but you could see Keith trying to turn in a little bit earlier, try and get a little clean air to get that turn in to the corner. And this time they swap lanes.
A little bit higher. You can see Mayato's able to carry that momentum just a little bit better, but Mayato's starting to get loose off in 1 and 2. What is going to happen here? The laps winding down, coming to 30 laps to go here, and maybe still a pit stop to go.
Yeah, I would think probably in the next 5 laps or so, we'll see these leaders bring it in. And I wonder.
Car got really loose. Here comes Mayato down to the inside.
right along the grass. Car not leaving him any space. Is he going to clear him into turn one?
Yes,
Just
he is.
about.
No, Car drove it in.
I don't think
Side by side.
it's going to
Oh, Milo might be able to
be.
clear. Yes, he does.
Car's
Car with
gonna-
the switch down to the inside.
This is the preferred lane on this end, but it's going to be tough
He's
to
gonna
clear him.
dive it in there. Yes, he's gonna clear, but Mariano's gonna have to run off.
Yeah, he knew it was coming, but now
What
Car
a slider.
in a defensive
Car
line.
Whoa. Oh, Mariano might be able to take the spot here. Car pulling him back on the straightaway here.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, my
Again,
goodness.
holding my breath this whole time. They're so close. These are two of the best to do it, and they are doing it right now. Side by side, big wiggle from Mayato, though. Here comes Car back around the
He's gonna
top.
pull back here. He's gonna side draft him down this backstretch, and he's gonna send it into turn 3. Car running way higher than anybody has been this entire race. He's gonna get really loose. Mayato's gonna clear him. Keith Mayato to the point. Car a big run down the front stretch.
This is amazing stuff to see these two duking out after. Oh, my
Almost
goodness.
caught that. He was able to get it back up to the outside. Can he carry the momentum off? No, he can't.
He almost
Mayato.
ran right over him. That was crazy. Completely different approaches to corner entry, but you could see he is trying so hard to just get back to that right rear quarter panel.
Got loose again. There we go. Mayato's got up to the point now. Can Car stick with him? Does he try to short pit him? Or do they pit on the same lap?
Saw some smoke right there. I don't know if somebody got loose or something. Alan Dice looks like he's dropped to the back of the field, so issues for the 5 machine. And just to let you know, Alan Dice pit 24 laps ago.
He did.
And he could just about make it from here. He's a little bit slow. Man, how crazy would that be? Only 9 cars left in this race. Nick Starling's
Bonus also pitted only 27 laps ago.
Yeah, that might be a couple too many too long ago, though. 9 cars on the lead lap right now on the racetrack. Everybody else is behind the wall, which is absolutely wild. Other than Ben Baffert, he is back on the track, actually. But 12th place, 28 laps down.
Mayato has not pulled away from Zach Carr. Zach Carr being able to keep... Oh, my gosh, he got loose. Oh, Carr's in the wall. You can see it. He was really trying to keep with it, but he's going to cost himself about a half second down the straightaway. And now AJ Stravato's going to run him down.
The question,
Carr, he's going to have to pit soon. He's going to have to short pit Mayato.
And the question is, though, if Mayato pits early by a couple laps, he'll just extend that gap out. And then I don't know if Carr can track him back down. It doesn't seem like the new tires, you know, if it's only a few laps, doesn't seem like you can do a ton with it.
True, I really don't know. I mean, it seems, honestly, could we see somebody like, oh, Dennis Faircloth is coming in right now. This could start the trend of guys pitting. My question is, does AJ Stravado or Seth Hatch or Ryan Gimmel, do they want to try something to jump the 36 and the 27?
I'm not too sure, but Faircloth on to pit road.
If I'm Ryan Gimmel or Seth Hatchell, I'd be pitting.
Yeah, I think that may be the smart call. It's your only opportunity, honestly, to win this race. But they are staying out. Nobody's making that move just yet. Top 5 still all within 2 seconds.
There's no way they have enough fuel. I'd be shocked if they were able to keep it all the way out and make it on fuel.
And they've gone 41 laps already. Zach Carr's gone 46, so he has to pit here no matter what, probably in the next 7 or 8 laps.
I just don't think the 36 and the 27 were saving fuel. They were racing for the lead very hard. I'm surprised that the 8 or the 6 has not brought it into pit road yet.
They're just hoping for something to happen. Zach Carr had a big moment right there. Here comes Stravado closing up again. Now 2 car lengths between those drivers. And Mayato is just about a half second out front. Has not been able to pull away that much, but he used his stuff up, I think.
Oh, he did. And I can tell you, AJ Stravado is faster than these guys. Ryan Gimmel is the fastest car on the racetrack right now, but he's mired back in 5th. But Stravado is a little bit faster than the 27, and he's definitely faster than the 27. He's a little bit faster than the 36. They're all starting to wheel off the corner. I can tell you that. These cars are starting to break really loose.
Yeah, and this is going to be the difficulty here. If Stravado cannot get past the 27, he's going to lose a lot of time. Alan Dice has brought it in, so he is not going to try and make it to the end of the race. So that strategy out the window for the 5 machine. He is going to try the short pit at least.
It's Angelo Ronis. If he's saved enough, he might. And he's going slow enough where he might not be... Oh, AJ Stravato's bringing it in.
Here he comes.
I'm going to assume Keith Mayado's going to have to respond to that, and so is the 27. It's going to come down to the pit crews here. Who's going to be faster on going in and the stop?
Do we think 2 tires could work out? Reggie Ortega slow. Did he miss pit road? He did. He overshot it.
Mayado coming in. Zach Carr coming in.
And Zach is so good on pit entry. You know, he'll push the limit. He's going to push it here. This is going to be a tough situation, though. Here comes Mayado and Carr. Oh, Carr almost overshot. Mayado almost overshot.
Oh, he had to really slow it down there. Carr gained a ton of spots. Gamble almost close up to the back bumper of the 27 here. Now, who's going to have a clean pit stop and who's going to get into their stall clean?
As Hatchell's still on the racetrack, he's going to put the 33 of Stravato a lap down. Here we go, into the boxes. Oh,
everybody made it in clean.
Oh,
Carr missed it!
A little slow into the box for Mayado, but I think it was still good enough.
Carr missed his stall. Here they come. Stravato is going to get the lead.
Carr took 2 tires.
I think Stravato took 2 tires.
Stravato did take 2 tires. Or fuel only, possibly.
No, I think he had to take... You know who's staying out?
Angelo Ronis
is staying out. Angelo Ronis is the leader, and he's got a whole track ahead. He's got a wow. He's got about only a wow. That is amazing. I think if he can make it on fuel, Angelo Ronis might win this race.
If he can make it on fuel, yeah, he can really back it off here. He could pretty much back off a second a lap, if not more than that. Right, he's got 21
he's
seconds.
Only got about 15 to go. He's gonna have to run at the pace he's been running. And if he can save a little bit just for a lap or 2 behind Gemmel here, he'll be in a good spot. But he's got his teammate Seth Hatchell has jumped him. Seth Hatchell has taken 2 tires.
And that is kind of what we expected. You know what? I think Stravato took fuel only. He had a 6.5 second pit stop. Everybody else was at least 9 seconds.
Lugs. Oh, he might have only taken 2.
Possible. Maybe just a splash of fuel. Maybe that's all it was. He just took
He's taking his fuel. I'm curious to see the lap times here. He's only 3/10 faster than the 22. Carr was a half second faster than the 33.
Yeah, I think it may have been a fuel only. I think Carr definitely took 2. I think Hatchell took 2, and he had a perfect stop, so he was able to leapfrog.
But the thing is, those guys are still sliding around. Stravato with a 31.7, Hatchell with a 31.1, Carr a 31.5, Mayado a 30.8, Mayado a second faster.
Yeah, faster
than the guys ahead of him.
Yeah, he's only about 3 seconds behind AJ Stravato, and he's a second a lap faster. He's going to be there in no time. AJ really struggling. I think he definitely...
He's not going to run down Angelo Ronis. And if Angelo Ronis can make it on field, Angelo Ronis is winning this race.
You know what? That was Keith's fastest lap, and I believe the fastest lap of the race by anyone that time.
And Ryan Gemmel is pretty fast as well.
He just ran his fastest. And Mayado, what's crazy about the next lap he ran, that was the second fastest lap of the race by anyone. So he has definitely got that car hooked up tonight. And the question is...
I don't know, honestly. This is... Again, it's so... There may be only 15 to go, but there's still a lot of things going on here.
Yeah, I have no idea who's going to end up winning this thing.
We don't that you could have with 9 cars.
Yeah, this could be the most crazy finish we've ever seen. Angelo could be running out of fuel out of 4. These guys closing in. Was it Biffle that won here?
Biffle here? No.
Running out of gas, or Tony Stewart? Did he win
Tony
here?
Stewart at Kansas.
I think Biffle at Chicagoland though did, or maybe it was Vegas. It was one of those. He where he ran out and they passed him coming to the line. Under caution?
Oh, yeah, that was Kansas in 07.
Oh, it was Kansas. Okay.
Yeah, Kansas had some wild finishes with fuel.
Well, in general, too. I mean...
In general, yeah. The Kansas is a racetrack. But
here comes Hatchell, closing in for second.
Yeah, Stravato's in a really bad spot here. I think Stravato might have made the wrong decision there. Hatchel's going to easily overtake the spot unless they get into each other here. Hatchel, you can see him. He is loose.
But he's faster, so he's going to get by him here no matter what.
They're going to stall each other out here.
He's been about 6/10 faster, though, I think.
Shervato's going to try to find him, but Hatchel with those fresh tires, at least the right sides.
And now that gap is going to start coming down. If Ronis can make it, you know, he's not gonna pit here. I think there's no cautions.
43 laps of fuel. Oh, he's got 43 laps on his stint right now. And now Zach Carr getting loose right underneath the 36. And now the 36 is going to go underneath the 27 and try to take that spot. He'll go into fourth. They're side by side.
You know, Stravato's probably going to try and get in the way a little bit here. Actually, no.
Both of them off here. They might need to split them 3 wide.
Oh, boy.
Carr to the outside wall. Carr spins. Oh, Carr spins around.
That could bring out a yellow.
This might be the worst possible situation. There's going to be a caution.
He's still sitting there.
Yeah, he's stood right there.
Oh, there it is.
Out, but he's going to get lapped.
Wow.
My goodness, the race that just keeps on giving.
Holy cow, and how heartbroken for Angelo Ronis, who looked like he could have been going on with a fuel mileage victory for his first. Played the strategy just right. Let's go back and take a look at what happened here. It was all between the 36, the 27, and the 33 was starting to come down the hill. This was, it was just never going to work. Yeah, Mayato, a little net code, they would have made contact regardless, but yeah, that collected the 33 into the 27. Around goes Carr as he loops it, keeps it off the inside wall. Good job there.
A ton of damage, and he's a lap down. And he's not going to get the lead lap.
He'll have to take a wave around, yeah.
He will, and Reggie Ortega is going to have the free pass, my guess. And the 22 is probably going to bring it in pit road here, and he'll have fresh tires.
Bravado with damage on both sides now, too. But here's the question. Does Mayato stay out now that he's got 4 fresh tires? Who's going to pit? What's the strategy call going to be at the end of this race? Also, I don't know who gets the blame for that.
Travado's pitting and Gimmel's pitting. And they still have another set of tires. And on that stint, Mayato ran 10 laps, Hatchel ran 10, Mayato ran 11. Gimmel and Stravado bring it in pit road. They'll have 4 fresh Goodyears.
Will Gimmel maybe take 2, though?
No, I think Gimmel's going to take 4. He might take 2, though.
Yeah, it looks like a 4-tire pit stop for Ryan Gimmel. So Hatchel gets promoted to the race lead. 2 tires on that car, though, and he's going to try and stay out.
Ronis is going to be in 3rd with fresh tires. Gimmel's going to be fresh tires in 4th. Stravado will get he'll have damage, but he'll probably have fresh tires. He'll go into 5th. Reggie Ortega, who just got the free pass, will have fresh tires.
I think Reggie's car is clean, too. I don't see any damage.
Exactly.
Angelo has a lot of right side damage. He was well off the pace.
Angelo was killed.
So that was his only opportunity to win that race, I think, unless they wreck in front of him here tonight.
He could have won, honestly.
I think he was making it. He was not looking like he was slowing down and committed to coming to pit road, so. Going to be restarting 3rd, though. Still has an opportunity. It's all but over here. A lot of these guys taking wave rounds. Looks like Zach Carr will be able to take the wave around. But he has a lot of damage on the right side, and he'll be out of contention. Dennis Faircloth, Alan Dice. This has been an incredible race.
It's been a race, let me tell you.
I'm not sure all these guys are going to be all that happy at the end, but from our perspective, this has been fantastic.
It's been awesome racing. The battle for the lead, the different pit strategies, everything you can want in this race has happened. Let me tell you, entertaining. Hope all the viewers are watching. Because, man, this has been awesome. And I can't wait for VSPEED After Dark. That's going to be wild with us racing. But let me tell you, this race has been insane. Different tire strategy. And let me tell you, it's going to get even more crazy with only 5 or so laps to go.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty wild here. We have 3 wave around cars getting back on the lead lap. Hatchel will be on 2 tires. Mayato on 4, but 10 laps old. Angelo Ronis on 4 fresh tires. Gemmel on 4 fresh tires. Stravado on 4 fresh. Reggie Ortega looks like he took 2. I wonder if he should still have a set. I'm a little confused by that. That car not able to pit here. He's got the wave around in 7th. That is how
And
few
Fair Call
cars.
take the wave around. He'll slot into 8th. Dice also, so there'll be 9 cars on the lead lap. They'll be hoping for a caution, and I think Zach Carr's worst possible nightmare here is if Seth Hatchell wins this race.
Yeah, that would be another 5 to 10 points gained for him, possibly. You know what's crazy as well? I'm just looking at the numbers here. Ben Baffert, I think, is going to earn a top 10 finish in this race after being 28 laps down.
What a time to be alive. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. That is amazing.
As long as he doesn't blow up in the next 5 laps.
Yeah.
Got
There's been a lot of wrecks. Let me tell you, this race has been insane. I wish there wasn't that big wreck, because who knows what could happen with strategy, with different guys and different strategies, and obviously a lot more cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, only 9 cars left in this race on the lead lap. Ben Baffert, 11th right now, 28 laps down. He'll get a spot from Nick Starling, who currently sits in 10th. And Eric Hutton, he'll come home 12th. Samard 13th. Dallas Sullivan 16th. Jeremy.
To watch out for is Ryan Gimmel.
Yep. That 6 car could be looking for his first win of the season. First win in 3 seasons. And what a time to do it. Here we go, out of turn number 4. Pace car going to make the hard left-hand turn back onto pit road. The field in the hands of Seth Hatchell. He gets him going. Good restart.
What does Angelo Ronis do? Angelo Ronis also has those fresh tires. Everybody behind the 36 on fresh tires. Maito not able to go.
Here we go, side by side.
Behind them. Side by side for 3rd. And look at the run that Keith Maito has on the 8. He'll look down to the inside. Can he take the lead?
5 laps to go. Hatchell sideways up top. Gembel's loose. Gembel's loose.
No spinning. Gembel around. He locks it up. No call. Ortega spins in a fair cloth. Caution's going to come out, and we're going to a green, white, checkered.
And Hatchell just survived.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. Not over till it's over. It looked like Gembel could have had an opportunity. He had the outside clear, but he got loose. Pushing those cold tires to the limit, and he pushed him just a little bit over the edge. As Ronis down low, Stravato was trying to jump in behind Gemmel. Go back and take a look here. You can see the 6 of Bobble, and then he tries saving it.
Cold tires right there, and that bump up setting the back end, and you can just see that car just comes right on around, and as soon as you just, this car snaps around, it just looks like it just fully goes around. You only get one chance to save it.
Oh, man, you got to feel bad for Dennis Faircloth, who had nowhere to go. They closed right into where he was pointed.
You know, that is going to help Zach Carr.
It is. He can pit here.
What? I don't even know anymore, to be honest with you. This is insane.
I don't know what the call is. Do you want to pit and take fresh tires? Obviously, it's going to make a difference over Seth Hatchell.
Car, you can't. Gemmel's staying out. I don't really know. There's so little cars on the lead lap. I don't know really what you're going to want to do.
Yeah, I mean, if you pit, you're going to be 6th. I mean, and then you got 2 laps to work that top side and go around everybody. And you're going to be 6/10 faster than anybody.
Might be involved in another photo finish.
Hey, he's got a knack for it this season. He's got a knack for that in general, though. You know, I've raced with Seth for a long time, and he beat me in a couple photo finishes. And man, he's good at doing that. He can clutch up when it comes time to do it, and he's done that the last 2 seasons. Right now, another opportunity to gain some points and maybe get back in the championship hunt with Zach Carr and his issues late in this one. But Zach's still in 5th, and he's not going to give up here.
My question is, does he pit here? It should be able to. I think pits are open, so I'm going to assume that he'll bring that 27 Creative Chevrolet down to pit road, which he is. Gemmel's also going to stay out. So yeah, Jack Carr going to come and get his damage fixed most likely, and then also take 4 fresh Goodyears.
Yeah, Reggie's staying out here as well. He already brought it in, actually. So I think pit lane was open maybe last time, and then Zach just catching back up. Yeah, I don't know exactly why he's bringing it in this time, but either way, what an exciting race here tonight from Chicago. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break to hear from the sponsor of tonight's race. We'll be right back with this overtime finish. Back at the racetrack now, it's going to be Seth Hatchell, your race leader. We're going to get the one to go this time, I believe, and then it's going to be Keith Maiato, AJ Stravato, Angelo Ronas. Looks like Reggie Ortega will be promoted to 5th. Ryan Gemmel, I think, getting the EOL for causing the yellow flag, possibly.
Well, yeah.
Then Alan Dice still in the mix. This is crazy who's still left in this race. Dennis Faircloth still rolling. They put the nose back on that car.
There was a race a few years ago where there was only like 9 or like 10 cars on the track. The Talladega 2017?
I think
when
so.
Keselowski won, yeah, there was only like 13 cars on the track, and they still managed to wreck them to the finish.
Yeah, we might very well see that again here tonight.
Yeah.
Pace car lights are off. We're coming back around. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast tonight. Make sure to jump in over on Twitch with us following the closure of this one. Make sure to like and subscribe if you've enjoyed it. And, of course, cheer on your favorite driver. Who do you think is going to win this one? We've got Mr. German cheering on Keith Maiato for the victory in this race. But he's got his work cut out for him. Got some drivers right there behind him with slightly fresher tires.
You know, Seth Hatchell won this race last year, and he's looking to do it again and gain some points here. But he's got older tires. He's going to have to fight off his teammate, and guys behind them have fresher tires. It's going to get wild.
Here we go. Oh, Hatchell just got a big bump from Stravato.
Great.
He got an amazing restart.
What a great start. Ronas trying to take it 3 wide. Carr taking it 3 wide on Dice and Faircloth. Maiato, though, he's got the fresher tires. Can he run down the 8th car?
Well, he's got 4 tires. They're not fresher, though. And I think Stravato does have fresh tires as well as Ronas.
Ronas does as well.
But Hatchell
is gone.
3/10 up the road, and a tires.
They're loose.
Stravato, big wiggle. White flag going to be coming out. It's going to be between teammates. Hatchell looking for his 3rd win of the season. Maiato looking for his 1st. It's 3/10. White flag in the air, side by side for 3rd. Ronas and Stravato. Can Hatchell hang on for just a few more corners?
Home free here.
Faster through turns 1 and 2.
Into turn 3 and 4 for the final time. Maiato just doesn't have enough. He sends it into 3. Not going to be enough. Back-to-back wins for the 2-time champion. Zach Carr spin to the background, but at the line, Seth Hatchell's going to win at Chicagoland.
What an amazing call, and what a great bout of luck right there for Seth Hatchell. He hangs on, he clutches up again, and he takes the victory at his home track for the 2nd season in a row. Angelo Ronas so close, he comes home in 3rd. Great finish for him. And Zach Carr, he'll come home in 6th tonight, so the damage obviously playing a role there in the late laps, but what a drive by Seth Hatchell.
You know, showing why he's the champion, and let me tell you, he just made a statement to Zach Carr and said it doesn't matter how many races we got left, he is going to keep chopping away at those points, and Seth Hatchell solidifying that and I think he's going to gain multiple points here, not only winning the race, but he's led laps, and Seth Hatchell, man, he is not going to go out without a fight.
Indeed, and going to be excited to interview him and the rest of the top 3, Maiato and Ronas, the top 3 finishers tonight. We'll interview them after a couple quick commercials, and we will be right back.
Simulators Anonymous is an online gaming community. The heart of this community is playing simulator-style games, everything from driving, farming, flying to the occasional survival game. We would love for you to join us. If you play these style of games, or if you're just looking for a great community, we strive to be a community you can be an active participant in by offering events like every third Saturday night is a late night trucking on Truckers MP. We have a very own Minecraft server with other servers starting soon. Come join Simulators Anonymous today at www.simulatorsanonymous.com.
Back at the racetrack now, going to be pulling in our race winner here tonight from Chicagoland in the Martin Sports 200, Seth Hatchell. Seth, this is Adam and Alec in the VSPEED booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Hey, man, you pulled the right strategy, and you held them all off there. Couple lucky breaks, I think, as well. But, man, you get it done. You gain some points, and you're right back in this championship fight. How does it feel to get it done here?
Feels really good. That was really stressful there at the end. It feels like a long race. It feels like a lot of stuff happened. Yeah, the car was wild tonight. It was like Las Vegas a couple weeks ago, but on steroids, just super loose through 3 and 4, and then I was having a lot of trouble getting it to turn in 1 and 2. It seemed like most guys had me covered in 1 and 2, and I was just trying to break even in 3 and 4. But yeah, just up and down all night. At one point, I think Eric and I pitted. Caution came out like right after we were coming out pit road, and somehow we were scored tail end of the lead lap, and I thought it was it after that. And sort of just clawed my way back to the front and was praying we got cautions there at the end when I stayed out. I was just afraid that Zach, Keith, AJ, all them were just going to do opposite of me with, you know, just a couple laps to go there. So I stayed out, and thankfully it worked out. I got really lucky on that caution with Keith side by side with me, and the iRacing gods gave me the lead for that one. But really happy with the finish.
Yeah, you started 7th. You lead 11 total laps here tonight. Lucky 7-11. And third win of the season. You're looking for your 3rd championship in a row. We go to Iowa next week and a few more after that. But how do you feel about Iowa?
Definitely going to have to put practice in there. Probably be talking to my teammate Chris a lot. He's really good on the short tracks. I haven't fared great there in the past, but there should be multiple lanes, and especially with this next gen, there should be a lot of drivability to it, so I think that plays a bit into my wheelhouse.
Awesome, Seth. Well, you get it done once again here tonight. I think 2 seasons in a row now from Chicagoland. Congrats on the win. Anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, I want to thank you, Adam and Alec, for doing a great job with the broadcast. I got to thank Martin Sports for being the race sponsor tonight, and all the sponsors of the league for letting us do what we do. Nick and all the admins doing a great job putting on these sessions and running the league. All the drivers putting on a great race here tonight, and my team VSPEED.
Awesome, Seth. Well, congrats again. We'll catch you next week at Iowa.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
All right, that is race winner Seth Hatchell clutching it up in the final moments there, able to hold off his teammate who comes home in 2nd position. We're going to pull him into the booth here. In just a moment. Let's see if we got him. Keith Mayato, Adam and Alec in the VSPEED booth. You got a copy?
10-4.
Well, it didn't end exactly how you wanted, I'm sure, but man, what a crazy last section of this race. You start on the pole tonight. You do lead 84 laps. You come home just short behind your teammate Seth Hatchell. Anything you could have done there to really put the pressure on? I know you had 2 tires, you had 4, but were they just kind of worn out at that point?
Yeah, and probably a little bit of dirty air. I think if I wasn't in dirty air, probably a little different, or if I had a few more laps, but it's just the way these things play out. Maybe next time Alec want to give me the interview.
Yeah, I was not sure it would have been a good thing to do that so early on in the race. But man, you put on a great battle throughout the night with Zach Carr. What was that like trying to get back past him when he kind of leapfrogged you there through the pit cycle?
It was a lot of fun, but it wasn't easy. I used up my tires quite a bit on the inside there, and it was only down to little mistakes that he made that gave me that chance to get the run on him. And I thought I was in good position at that point until all the cautions came out at the end. So it was one of those races where, you know, it was nice to be up front and be dominant, but once again couldn't couldn't pull through to get the W.
Yeah, but you're knocking on the door. It's been, week after week, a lot of podium finishes this season, and we go to a few more races to close the season out. We go to Iowa next week, though. How do you feel about going out there?
Should be a lot of fun. With this car should be interesting with the bumps. With the way iRacing has been setting up these cars, it should be interesting. So we'll see how it goes. I think the setup is gonna count for everything, because that track has bumps, I think, on bottom, top. I'm not sure. I can't remember. It has bumps in the middle, but hopefully the setup's good enough to run all over the place.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. That's one of my favorite tracks, and I think these cars will put on a good show. But, man, you put on a great show for us here tonight. A lot of exciting moments, and should be a fun one to go back and watch. You come home second after getting the pole in 84 lap sled. Anybody you want to give a shout-out to?
Yeah, shout out to Martin Sports for sponsoring the race tonight. Everyone at Below W Yellow. Yourself, Adam, with Alec doing the awesome job on the broadcast.
Awesome, Keith. Well, congrats again on the great finish here tonight. A lot of fun to watch you again, and we'll catch you at Iowa.
Thanks, Adam. Have a good night.
You too. Go to third place finisher now. That is going to be Angelo Ronis, and Alec, I believe you're with him.
I am Angelo Ronis, Alec Martinez, and Adam Baker in the VSPEED booth. You got a copy?
Yep, I got you guys.
Well, it looks like you had an interesting strategy before the caution with Zach and AJ came out. Were you going to be able to make it on field if that caution didn't come out?
I was actually about 4 to 5 laps short, and I was actually trying to save, but just at the race speed I was going and the amount of saving I would need, it wasn't ideal. But yeah, that caution, I mean, at the expense of my teammate, it was definitely a blessing in disguise. But yeah, after that wreck I was a part of, I believe it was Chris Samard, he hit the wall and then ricocheted off of Eric, who hit me. I thought my race was pretty much done, but only ended up with about 30 seconds optionals, so it wasn't dire, but it actually worked out in my favor.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't have, obviously you took fresh tires, you were able to overtake AJ with that within that last 2 laps. Do you think if you didn't have that damage, you would have had probably a decent enough shot to maybe contend for the win?
I think it was actually more so that the tires were still cold, that I tried doing anything I could to warm them up. If there was about maybe 3 more laps, I think I could have gotten Seth and Keith in spite of the damage I got. But yeah, I mean, I'll take P3 after this.
For sure, man. Well, before we let you go here, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Just all my teammates, Zach, KJ, Reggie, Ben, and everyone in the league, and all the sponsors that put us together, and also thanking Bernie Breakdown for being on the car again.
For sure, man. All right. Well, congratulations on your 3rd place finish, man, and we'll see you next week at Iowa.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, so that is your 3rd place finisher, Angelo Ronis. Let's go through the rest of those results from the race here tonight at Chicagoland. 6 cautions, 9 total lead changes, and Seth Hatchell able to weather the storm there at the end and hold on the 2 old tires and take the victory over his teammate Keith Maato, who comes in 2nd, Angelo Ronis in 3rd, AJ Stravato comes home 4th, Reggie Ortega somehow manages to get a top 5 out of this race. Zach Carr, he'll finish in 6th tonight after a strong race. Dennis Faircloth 7th, Ryan Gemmel comes home 8th, Alan Dice in 9th, and Ben Bafford comes home in the 10th position.
And the first car out of the race will finish 11th, Nick Starling, 12th, Eric Hutton, 13th, Chris Samard, 14th, Zach Smith, 15th, Robert Gilmore, 16th, Dallas Sullivan, 17th, Cody Atkins, 18th, Kevin McGarvey, 19th, Josiah Vincent, and 20th, James Loveland.
21st tonight was Jeremy Stanley, 22nd, TJ Brendel, and 23rd was Kenny Bishop. In a smaller field, but as I said, not small on excitement here tonight. What a fantastic race. Seth Hatchell getting his 3rd win of the season. And the big 3, they're back at it again. It's going to be a fight to the end of this season for the championship. So looking forward to it. And we're so glad that you all joined us here tonight to watch. Go catch us over on Twitch following the end of this stream. We'll be headed right over there in a few moments. You can also find the password over on our Twitter if you want to join the hosted session we're doing for VSPEED After Dark. Again, appreciate it if you'd like, subscribe, and share the stream to your friends. And hope you did enjoy. But for us here at VSPEED, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will catch you all next time.